All praises to the horizon, peace and wisdom. Wise Solace speaking. Today I want to do this deep video explaining to you guys how an Asian is not a ninja. This is a modern day misconception. Can I get a sound check, please, if you guys don't mind? Subscribe to the channel. Visit the website, wiseservant.org. Thumb me. Peace and wisdom, Prak Yath. All out. Brother King Cooley. Now, as I said, I want to do this video explaining to you guys that an Asian is not a ninja. This is a modern day misconception. Now, you can watch the video I did the other day. I forget the name, but it has to do with a ninja. Now, a ninja is a Ronin's servant, meaning this all starts with disgraced samurai. A disgraced samurai is basically a samurai who did not follow through with his disembowelment. Y'all might have seen that in movies. So if a samurai loses his master, he basically has to disembowel himself. If he doesn't, he becomes a Ronin. This is a disgraced samurai. And so, of course, they're exiled off to the forest and mountainside. Now, what many people do not know is during the 1500s, you had the tan band trades. This is the trade between the Portuguese and the Japanese. Slaves were included, meaning black African slaves and black American slaves, all indigenous peoples from both places. This is before labels and titles. This is before an African is this thing or that thing, and an American is this thing or that thing. We speak in the indigenous stages. When Spain, Portuguese, Italy, these people kind of came on their journey. Now, as I explained in the previous video, you had King John II. He sent Diego Cal to Africa, the Congo River area. So this was being colonized during the 1480s. Then you had Queen Isabella. She sent Christopher Columbus to the Americas, 1492. So there was a colonization happening at the same time. Of course, these are your European nations. You have Martin Behaim. He's the Nuremberg globe creator. So he's a great navigator. This has to do with colonization. And he's an advisor to King John II. You get my point? King John II is Queen Isabella's daddy. So everything's related. So I'm just giving you guys reference that Africa and Americas was colonized at the same time, or during the same time. And the resources and slaves are people that they recouped were brought to Japan and many different places and traded. You have a story of an African slave from Mozambique named Yasuki that became a samurai over in Japan. He was basically sold to Nobunaga. This is one of your daimyos, a king over there, a landowner. Now, the point I'm making is, so you guys can grasp that this started with that, meaning the ninja starts with the tan band trades. You had the Portuguese, the Italians, the Spanish bringing African and American slaves over there to sell. They refer to them as Negra. This is black. This is also a derogatory word to call a person, but this is what they called the people. Negra. Now, this word negra, if it's being said by somebody that's European, let's say from down south, they have a down south accent. They don't know how to roll the R. When Spanish people speak, they speak in a rolly, like that. Most cultures or languages we don't speak in that way. It's hard for y'all to say negra. That part. If the R not rolling, you're gonna get nigger. Try it right now. Say negra. Remove the gra. Nigger. Nigger. It's hard to say it if you don't got that roll. You get it? This is where nigger comes from. Nigger just means black. It's a mispronunciation from a person trying to use a word that don't come from their culture. Spanish people, that's their word, negra. They colonized, you get it? Americas. This was the word they used to refer to the people, the dark-skinned black people here. Now, when they're trading these people different places, they're using the same term. I got negras. Japanese people don't have that roll of the R. Go to a Japanese person or a Chinese person right now and you tell them, say negra. They're going to say negra, negra. It's going to be hard for them to say negra. It's going to sound like ninja, negra, ninja, like that. That's how they speak. That's the point I'm trying to get y'all to grasp. That word negra became ninja when they begin to trade off, you get it? These slaves over there. And so the Japanese are referring to negra as ninja. Now, let's bring the whole understanding together. Hopefully you guys can grasp why I'm saying ninja is the word negra mispronunciated by the Japanese because of the slave trade. Now, in Japan during this time, you have samurai. Samurai is the pinnacle of a soldier. He's basically the king as a warrior. You get my point? If I'm the king, my samurai is basically me in warrior form. And so he got all the metal stuff, basically impenetrable. Samurai being king over all the rest of the soldiers. This is your orders. Now you have your soldiers under the samurai. You have all your martial arts forms, meaning you have all your jutsus. This is techniques. You have bojutsu. This is bowing arrow technique. You have jujutsu, unarmed technique. You get my point? You have many different jutsus. This is techniques. These would be labeled conventional. So all the martial arts that the Japanese hold and all the wisdom that they hold, this is their convention. This is a conventional martial arts and the wisdom that goes with it. The ninja was unconventional, meaning he wasn't truly a part of the culture. He did things in an unconventional way. Now, I want you guys to grasp. During the tan band trades, you had black American and black African peoples being traded or sold to the Japanese. Of course, some gonna go unaccounted for, some gonna run away. You get my point? If you lost, let's say you bought a slave and the slave just don't act right. You having problems with this slave. That part. So you like just get the fuck out of here. Like that. This is a real thing in the past. You buy a slave, they people. He don't want to act right. You feel nervous around him, like, yo, this slave keep eyeballing me crazy. I'm about to just take the loss on the money. He can get the fuck out of here. I'll keep the rest that I bought. It sounds horrible, but this is the reality of life. Like, they're buying people. And these are people. And so some of y'all got eyeball problems. Like, I ain't with this. If I get one moment, I must cut you. You gonna get kicked out. Or you gonna try to be resold, but most people gonna be like, "Why you selling that slave? Why you don't want him?" Like that. Meaning people in the past are smart. YouTube be where you can get scammed easy. They checking like, why are you selling them? If this was the past, 50 Cent would have never bought Mike Tyson's mansion. He would have said Mike Tyson is me in the past. He filthy rich. Mike Tyson was filthy rich when he had that mansion. 50 Cent was, that dude during the time when he bought it from Mike. If this was the past, he would have said, I'm good on it. If you selling it, wow. What? Why I want it for? Like that. You buy it, 50 Cent wind up selling it too. Why? That part. That shit will make you go broke. But if you got awareness, you say, nah, Mike is basically me in the past. If he's selling it now, I'm probably going to be selling it too. Let me not even buy it. So I'm just giving y'all an example to grasp. Be aware. Now, they're buying slaves. Some of these slaves go unaccounted for, meaning they kicked out, run away, whatever the case may be. These slaves cannot just roam in the city amongst the elite. A slave don't have no rights, no nothing. They're a nigger, a negra, a ninja, a derogatory term. And so they're going to flee to the mountainsides and the forest side. You get my point? Now, this is where it all starts. You have these ninjas, forest side, mountainside. Have nothing to do with fighting yet. They're just referred to as ninjas because that's what the Spanish was calling them when they sold them. Negras. And Japanese people don't have that gra. So they say ninja, ninja, whatever. You get it? Remember, at this time, this is not a word, ninja. It's like a slang. It's an unconventional thing. Meaning it's something that's not included during the times I'm speaking of. It's rejected. I'm about to explain why and how it started. Now you have these ninjas, these black African or black American runaway, unaccounted for slaves in the mountainsides in the forest. You have samurai during this time, disgraced ones. They're referred to as ronin, meaning they didn't disembowel themselves, they didn't carry out the seppuku. This is when you lose your master, you lose yourself. You get my point? Meaning, if my job is to make sure that I protect you, right? If you die and I don't, then what do that say? Again, my job is to protect you, period. If you die and I don't, then that must mean I fail at protecting. How did they get through me to get to you? You get my point? And so in that case, a samurai is the pinnacle of a warrior. How did they get through you and kill the king? You had to set him up. You get my point? If you putting your all into protecting the king, they would have killed you first to get to him. If they can get to him and go past you, you either sold the king out or you just a terrible samurai. You get my point? And so for the samurai, it's an honor thing. The king, I lost the king, he got killed on my watch. They ripped their bowels out. It's an honor thing to show the people I did not betray him. They just got him. And so I would have got killed first. So I'm just carrying out the orders of how it would have been. You get my point? If I guard you and protect you and they kill you and not me, well, it was supposed to be me before you. Meaning we supposed to be dead together if I was on top of my job. So that's the honor of that. Meaning that's the point of that. If you ever seen that and you said that's stupid. It's not stupid. You can't just wander around the city now. You a samurai. Your master was killed. You get it? And so if they don't carry out seppuku or the disembowelment of themselves, then they look like a snake in the city. He snaked out the king. You get it? The king died and the samurai just walking around. He ain't dead. That part. You become exiled, meaning they can't show their face. So they go to the mountainside too. They refer to as Ronin now. This is a disgraced samurai that didn't carry out his honor. Now, when they run to the mountainside, they run into these black African and black American unaccounted for slaves that are referred to as ninja. Not because they fight, because ninja is supposed to mean like black, like how negra means black. It's referring to a people. The Ronin or disgraced samurai comes into contact with these people because that's all you're going to find on the mountainside and in the forest is people hiding, which would be slaves and Ronins. These Ronins, they begin to mix in with, you get it? The ninja are the black African and black American slaves. They begin to teach them the things that they know, the Japanese customs, how to fight. But they're not teaching them in a conventional way, or the slaves are not taking it in a conventional way. Meaning they're doing what they want with it. You get my point? Now, of course, the samurai is mad because he's disgraced. So you get it? He ain't probably teaching them with the honor. He probably like, fuck the elite. I don't care about them. And so he's teaching the ninja and using them as spies or, assassins for himself. You get my point? To hit back at the elite that basically got him as an outcast. Or he may be hired. Another elite, they go to the disgraced Ronin and say, hey, I need you to send one of your ninja to infiltrate. Now you have to remember at this time, a ninja was unconventional. It wasn't the proper ways of things. It was shunned by Japanese people. So a Japanese person or any Asian person would have never been a ninja. Meaning even a disgraced samurai would have never been referred to as a ninja. That's to call him a black African or black American slave in them times. He would have just been referred as a Ronin, a disgraced samurai. But there's nothing unconventional about his martial arts. You get it? So why is the ninjas unconventional? It's because what I said, the ninjas, black African and black American slaves in them times. Now, when the samurai teaches them the things that he knows, and they're wreaking havoc on the nation, this is why it's viewed as unconventional, a lesser thing, kind of frowned upon by the Japanese, because you have the disgraced Ronin teaching a people we do not even accept. You get it? It's like, what are you? This is just disgraceful, however you cut it. Disgraced Ronin teaching runaway slaves things. You get my point? And so now these ninja learn how to fight, but they're viewed as unconventional. Now, during this time, first let me explain why most people will view the confusion. Like, no, a ninja got to do with Asian. You got many different jutsus, like Bojutsu, Jujutsu, Ninpo, or Ninsu. You got many different philosophies in martial arts. That's like the precursor to ninjutsu. You get my point? I mean, they say ninjutsu go back farther than the Tan-band slave thing that I'm talking about. So a Chinese person will probably say that. No, it goes back farther than that. You have many precursors that led up to ninjutsu. No, you didn't. Ninjutsu is a unconventional thing that's not even supposed to be spoken of. But what happened is y'all are not applying that. The Ronins are teaching the ninja Japanese culture. You get my point? So in that, it's being added in today's times. Meaning in today's times, y'all are speaking about ninjas and ninjutsu like it's conventional. In those times, it was not conventional. You don't speak about it. It's disgraceful. You get my point? In today's times, it's accepted as a part of Japanese culture, a Japanese thing. And so, you get it? The fighting styles that you find in ninjutsu come from Japan. Meaning the fighting styles that ninjas are using, ninjas being black Africans or black Americans, come from Japan. So if you're studying it from the perspective of a fighting, of course it's going to look like it fall in line with Japan, and you have all these precursors to ninjutsu. No, those are not precursors to ninjutsu, because ninjutsu is supposed to be unconventional, meaning you're not supposed to include ninjutsu in with the conventional fighting ways of Japan. It's just done in today's time. So in that, y'all say, no, a black person ain't the original ninja. It's a Japanese thing. No, ninja's just a derogatory word, like negra. You get it? The Negras learning the Japanese culture. This is where the confusion coming. So now a Japanese person may watch this video and say, no, this guy is crazy. This is crazy. You have to listen. You get my point? The customs are y'all's. The word in ninja come from Negra. And it's in reference to the black African and black American slaves that, the Japanese were buying. Now, that's probably where y'all will have like a misconception where y'all say, no, this don't make sense. It do. We speaking of Japan, we just speaking about black Africans and black Americans there in that time. And so everything you hear about a ninja is talking about black Africans or black Americans in Japan during American and African colonization times. You get my point? And so, like I said, the Ronin, the disgraced samurai, he's teaching these ninja or these black African and black Americans the knowledge of Japan and the fighting styles and these things, and it's being referred to as unconventional. Now you have the King Nobunaga. He's the one that put an end to all of that, meaning the ninjas were slaughtered. This is how it becomes like an extinct thing that people just speak about now. Meaning the Japanese slaughtered all those African slaves. That's why ain't no black people hardly in Japan. They murdered them. Meaning a ninja ain't no Japanese person. A ninja's a black motherfucker in Japan that know Japanese shit. And the kings came together and slaughtered. They had a little village called the Ika and the Koga. This was your ninja provinces back in them times. King Nobunaga and other kings came together, slaughtered all the ninjas. Meaning from the 1600s forward, ninjas basically was extinct. This is when Japan started to unify. You get my point? Meaning Nobunaga is the precursor to Japan unifying because of his efforts slaughtering the ninjas. Now Nobunaga had a black African samurai serving under him. His name was Yasuke. He's famous. You could look him up. I think they want to do a movie about him. Yasuke could have been a ninja that was, you get it, sent as an assassin or a spy under Nobunaga. This is why when Nobunaga died, you don't hear no mention of Yasuke. Yasuke's a samurai. He's supposed to disembowel himself. But that ain't the end of the story. They said he's not even a person. He doesn't matter. To say he a nigga. You get my point? The king died, the samurai serving under him gonna either get killed or disembowel himself. They let him go. They say he don't even count as a person. He's a nigga. A ninja. You get it? That nigga's a ninja. He don't count. So grass. Must have been a spy. Otherwise, you would have heard of his death. Like, it wouldn't be no confusion on it. You'd know of his death like Nobunaga's. But it ain't like that. And so, like I said, Nobunaga, he's the one that, kind of brought it to the ninjas. The Iga province, the Koga province. Oh, he may have had the Koga province because they was beefing too. You know how black people are. So one side may have been used against the other, but Nobunaga's the one that brought it to the ninjas and basically rid Japan of ninjas, which was a black thing. That's why you don't have too many black people in Japan. You don't have too many Americans in Japan. And when you get to the black ones, that's why. Wiped them out. And so, as time go on, being as though this start with the samurai, the disgraced, the disgraced samurais of the Ronins, it's kind of added into Japan's history, meaning in today times we view a ninja as a Japanese thing, which it is, meaning the fighting is all Japanese, the culture is all Japanese, but the image we have is not. A ninja's not a Japanese person dressed in black. A ninja's a black person. Like, grasp that. A ninja don't have a ninja outfit. They're unconventional. A ninja outfit, a karate outfit, this is conventional martial arts. An unconventional martial arts fighter would not have an outfit, but fighting anything they have on. Say, what's his outfit? A sweater and jeans. That part. We're dealing with African and American slaves. They don't have no, you get it? They don't have the get up, the conventional get up. That's what make them unconventional. But they have the technique and they're not using it in the honor Japanese people would view what's honorable. You have to remember the main basis of a ninja is a ninja knows alchemy. You get my point? Meaning the ninja understands the roots of the plants, the coca leaf, the poppy plant, this thing, that thing, and how to mix and merge these substances to create poisons, drugs, medicines, whatever. You get my point? And so a ninja's more like that, more assassin, like get the job done and get out. Not a fighter. You can fight. But a ninja's gonna figure out, like, how do I just kill you and get out of here? Because the ninja's on the suicide job. He's a nigga. Don't nobody care about no niggas. No ninjas. You get my point? So when the Ronin or whatever king hires the Ronin's people, which is the ninjas, to go carry out a duty, it's the suicide shit. He ain't gonna send his own soldiers to do that. You get it? And so the ninja already know when I'm going on every job I go on, it's a suicide mission. Meaning I ain't supposed to come back. They wouldn't care if I do. It's a bunch of ninjas that gonna replace me out. So the ninja got to know how to move to get away. Because he already going into a situation that's suicidal. Meaning he ain't supposed to make it out. You an expendable. You a nigga. And so you get it? On one end, if they don't carry out the mission, they're going to get killed by the Ronin or the elite that hired the Ronin. And on the other end, so the better of the two. Let me figure out a way to get out of here. Most ninjas would have just disappeared, meaning they wouldn't have carried out their mission. They would have figured out a way to just disappear. Like that. You make me go on a mission and then I just don't go. Like, I go because, of course, y'all follow me to make sure I do. But when we get there, I just vanish like a ghost. Like we went. Like that. Why? Because they don't want to be bothered with that shit. You get my point? It's a slave thing. And so, like I said, eventually, Nobunaga and the rest of the Japanese elites, they wiped them out. And so you don't have no more ninjas during the 1600s, 1700s. It start re-emerging in Hollywood, meaning the word is not even a real word. This is why shinobi is used. Shinobi, they have a manuscript from like 842 or something. And shinobi is referenced like to steal, meaning it's used in that way. Like stealth or stealing. You get my point? You have the Anishinaabe people in Americas, meaning you got shinobi or shinabi in Japan. This is in reference to a certain kind of person. and then you have Anishinaabe in America. Now, of course, your Portuguese and your Japanese, these cultures are trading words and they're trading resources, people as well. And so you get my point? The same way the word negra get mispronounced like ninja, so could Anishinaabe be mispronounced as just Shinabi. You get my point? Now you have to remember, Anishinaabe and all these names of the tribes that we have in the Americas, these come from the colonizers. These was their words during their times. Meaning a lot of the colonizers that was coming to the Americas during them time, they speak in Old English, Dutch. You get my point? They not speaking the English we speak now. That was later. And so a lot of the tribe names is like, you get it? It's from their tongue. It's not from the tongue of the indigenous people here. You get my point? Anishinaabe, Sioux. These are names and labels that the colonizers are putting the people under. We're learning from, you get it? Their understanding. We speak their language, not the indigenous people that was here. You get my point? And so, the people that were labeled as Anishinaabe could have been brought to Japan and, called that. Like it's Anishinaabe people or the stolen people. You call them shinobis, whatever the case may be. But the word ninja and shinobi go together. And like I said, you have Yasuki, you have a whole bunch of, well, he's the only samurai documented, but if you know you had one and you know slaves is getting sold over there, so you already know. He ain't the only one that knew that. And so it's like I said, that's a part of the history that's left out. Like I told a lot of y'all, I'm a ninja for real, a real life one. That's why I did the video displaying some little stuff so y'all could see I ain't just talking. I don't have no edits. I don't know no camera tricks. Like, you get my point? Whatever you see me do is what you see me do. The main thing to grasp is that a ninja is basically what we would call a nigga or a negra in today times. Them people. And so the fighting, part is the whole part. You get my point? Meaning the black negra, knowing how to fight. This is so unconventional, but so there it is. And so the fighting is a part of it. It's just misconstrued as a Japanese thing. I don't want to say it's not a Japanese thing. It is. This all starts with the disgraced samurai. Meaning this is the disgraced samurai's creation. Ninjas. Basically displaced African and American slaves that he did what he wanted with. Raised them up how he feel. And so he sold his own people out, or he sold their secrets out to a foreign culture. In Japan, this is just distasteful and disgraceful. You get it? You don't give Japanese customs to no goddamn foreigner, especially not no black one. That's just crazy. Why would you do that? You skipping over nationalities and going past colors too? Like disrespect. I'm just playing, but y'all know that's how people say, damn, you ain't even sell out the customs to the Chinese or the Koreans or white people. You went all the way to another color. Disrespectful. So they slaughtered them, like I said, but this is the history of a ninja in Japan that most don't have. And so a ninja in today times would just be a wraith. Like a ghost ninja. Like that movie Ghost Dog. That made me just now think of that. Ghost Dog. Ghost Dog is a ninja. So we watch that movie, we say, man, that shit funny. That's the closest thing to truth of the matter y'all ever gonna see. Ghost Dog would have been a ninja. If that movie was a real life person, that would have been, don't get no realer than that. Would have really, that's what a ninja would have been. Somebody with unconventional clothes on, fucking cornrow, a slave. Flipping pigeons on the roof, completely unconventional for what you think martial arts is. And then just bust out the moves and fuck you up crazy. Like that. And so this is how it became unconventional. You gotta look at it from Japanese eyes. You see Forrest Whitaker looking motherfucker knowing that shit, that throw you off. Like, what the fuck? This is so unconventional. He don't even have on. I guess you don't even have on a karate uniform, baby. What they call them kids? I forget. You don't even have on a karate uniform. Just fighting in his regular rags. This is why Ninja's depicted as having on black. Ninja was black, meaning his skin was black. His clothes was whatever he could get his hands on. And so, of course, you know, ninjas, they came up a little bit, but still the underclass. It's a deep thing. Y'all have any questions? Are y'all grasping, or do y'all think this is just made up? Because this is not. I don't like to waste my time. If y'all gonna view things, I bring in that way. Meaning this is not pseudo or something that I made up. This is real ninja history. Meaning y'all ain't ninjas, so y'all don't know nothing about this history. Y'all just know whatever y'all see on YouTube or TV. Like I said, this is not truly Japanese history. This is something that they had labeled as disgraceful, distasteful, and unconventional. So you can't get it from them fully. Meaning you may have an honest Japanese person that watch this and say, you know what, he right. That is the key that we was missing. It was about the slaves that was ninjas. That's why I saw unconventional. And we have made it conventional to now where we have confused ourselves. Meaning if they still treated ninja like in the past where it was unconventional and you do not bring it up, it has nothing to do with true martial arts and it's some black thing. That part. Because the only thing that's going to make y'all say this is wrong is the fact that y'all already have it in your mind that Japanese people. Other than that, a ninja is a black thing, right? Meaning they wear black. According to y'all, you would say a ninja's probably like, he gonna have on black. He gonna be blacked out. Like that. He gonna be viewed as unconventional. He gonna be everything that I just said. Meaning everything that a nigga is. The only thing y'all gonna say that stop that is, well, I thought he was Chinese or Japanese. And so it's a deep thing. Marcel Salvago said, great homework you did. I will watch this movie later. Salam, shalom. This is not a movie, Marcel Salvago. And this is not homework, meaning I'm a ninja. I know this whether I'm telling y'all or not. And so that's why I know this, not because I did homework. There's no way I can do homework for this. Y'all would know that. Y'all would have been able to look this up or know this on y'all own. Y'all wouldn't need me to tell y'all this. You get my point? And it's not homework. I am bringing y'all information y'all have no clue about. You get it? Like that. And I know this because, like I said, I'm a ninja. So it's a simple thing to grasp. The tan bands trade, this is documented. You can look that up. In regards to the rest of the things I said, you gotta read between the lines and say, okay, he right. It just wasn't documented that way. You get my point? Meaning over time, ninjas became popular. You got these black motherfuckers that know, you got these unconventional people that know things. It's still Japanese culture. So you get my point? Once they get wiped out, Hollywood making stories, it's still what it is. Pretty popular, pretty cool. It's still their stuff. You meaning the fighting and stuff, it's still their stuff. It's happening in their lands. Every land is having their own problems. You get my point? This is Japan's problems during the slave times. Meaning Christopher Columbus 1492 colonization of America, and a decade before that when Diego Cal went out to the Congo area, Congo River area, that had an effect over the whole world. Meaning you have displaced people now being shipped and sent everywhere, and they ain't welcomed. You get my point? They're being bought as servants and all kind of weird, strange things, and so it affected the whole world, Japan too. So if you go to Japan and you don't see too many black people, man, they slaughtered them. They was ninjas. The only ninjas. There's no other kind of ninjas. There's no. I'm not telling you there's Japanese ninjas and black ones, or there was a sect of black ninjas. No, there's only black people that were ninjas in the past. Ninja being a derogatory word that derives from Negra. Get it? Outside of that, there is no other ninja. To call a Japanese person a ninja would be disrespectful because they're not unconventional. You get my point? Why would a Japanese person be a ninja? Why would a Japanese person know unconventional martial arts? How have they learned that? And from where? What are we even talking about? What's unconventional about a Japanese person knowing martial arts? Nothing. That's my point. It don't have nothing to do with Japanese people. The word. It got to do with unconventional, meaning a people that ain't part of their culture, that they do not accept. Black Africans, Black Americans. You know, you're indigenous from that time. Young God said, I know it's a random question, but why do people need to go to therapy? People don't need to go to therapy. Therapy is a business. Businesses are promoted. So, you get my point? Y'all are influenced to go to therapy. I have a video explaining psychological mind games. Check it out. It'll help you understand, you know, the psyche and things. Crystal Jefferson said in my own time out. You good to go, love. You bugging out. New World Knowledge said business is booming. Peace and wisdom, brother. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure who you are. Yeah, it's a deep thing, Prakyat. And so, there's a lot of history, you know, being spread inaccurate by mistake. But, you know, the truth is known. Pretty good. Crystal Jefferson says, so can any black person become a ninja? Ninja is the word negra, mispronounced by the Japanese during the 1500s. A black person knowing Japanese culture and martial arts is that. In the past, every black person would have been referred to as a ninja. That was a derogatory term that basically meant black. You get my point? Same way like negra or nigger. Them learning how to fight things like this, all of it starts to just get merged in. You get my point? Ninja's a black person that know how to fight. Then it becomes a ninja's just a person dressed in conventional black martial arts clothes, and it becomes contradicting at some point where you say, hold on, if they unconventional, why we even know about them? Because it became accepted into the culture, and so it's viewed like everything gets whitewashed out. So it's the same with that. It's a deep thing, try and grasp. New world knowledge. Let me know what you all meant when you said business is booming. You like in fake competition with me or something? Cause if you are, you failing. You failing. I don't even know who you are. I'm that guy. So a lot of y'all be like in fake competition with me. You be throwing subliminals at me. I don't even catch them because I don't even know you exist. That ain't no jab or no nothing. I'm just being honest. I'm old school. I don't be on here. I don't know who. Y'all was whoever y'all was before I even got here. I don't know. I don't know nothing in regards to here. So if you trying to get my attention, alright, be coming on here jealous. They desperate for me to fail. They don't realize it's nothing for me to fail at. I'm just a big OG, blood. Like, what can I fail at? What we even talking about? What y'all minds be on? I don't wish nobody to fail. I ain't bummed out, so what the fuck? You failing don't do nothing to me. It's just to make me be like, you gotta get away from me. But why y'all seek people to be bummy and fail and shit? I can't do nothing with that. You get my point? Meaning if you a bum and you failing, I can't. All I could do is help you. I don't mind. But like outside of that, what the fuck? I don't get it. I don't be understanding. Y'all like got bad spirits in the day. Get your life together. If you a fan, New World Knowledge, you can reach out, champ. We can work. Anybody want to reach out, we could work. A lot of y'all be stepping in shoes that ain't even got nothing to do with y'all. Like I said, half y'all don't even know y'all exist. Y'all was doing this before I knew this realm even existed. And so I don't know what. Y'all know me and y'all know me and y'all was here first. So y'all have y'all ego. Y'all don't want to look like I know him and he don't know me. When I say what I say, I'm being honest. I don't know nobody. Y'all have to introduce yourselves if y'all want some sort of respect. You get it? Because that's what it boiled down to. We all in the wisdom realms, and y'all want proper respect because y'all been teaching first. Even though I'm wiser, y'all like it don't matter. We got seniority. I respect that. But if I don't know who you is, then I don't know who you is. And so if you get on my goddamn nerves before I know who you is, you gonna be whatever I say you is from then. Which is just a nigga that got old. So I'm rather simple. A lot of y'all think I got ego. I'm just straightforward. I ain't with the dumb shit. Attention seeking shit. I get it. I'm wise as hell. It's going to disturb some of y'all that's in wisdom realms. You don't have to be disturbed. I don't want nothing you got. Y'all be like trying to, y'all think y'all have to protect y'all following. Like, he gonna get our following. Those people to me. So I don't even know what y'all be talking about or how y'all viewpoint work. Get it? But business always good for me, champ. If that's what you was wondering about. Peace and wisdom, new world knowledge said no big respect, the business of therapy. You broke it down on that mind game video. Peace and wisdom. Salam, shalom. I apologize. I didn't know what you meant. But to anybody else, meaning if y'all like into the wisdom realms, we all supposed to be working together. You can reach out. Like I said, I don't know who's who to reach out. So I just fall back. I don't know how to. YouTube strange. Meaning History Channel and Science Channel pop up on my end. Y'all don't pop up on my news feed. I don't know why. If $1 million worth of game, I used to watch that. It don't even pop up in my feed no more. I forgot this whole month that that show even exists. Like that. Like YouTube is a weird, strange game. Anyways, it will just remove shows you watch out the blue and you like, damn, I forgot about that show. It popped up yesterday, $1 million worth of game. And I'm like, oh shit, I forgot this show was out. Like that. Some of y'all got that same issue. You like, yeah, that happens to me. Shows just seem to disappear and reappear. YouTube sorcery. So, like I said, if you a teacher or something like that, something I said you feel disturbed about, you could reach out. We can have a discussion about it. You're not going to manipulate me in no way. We could discuss it. Like, outside of that, I'm just straightforward. Whatever I say is the truth. I ain't really big on making up shit. It's too much truth to, there ain't nothing to really make up. It's too much good truth to sit around trying to guess and make up stuff. Try to grasp. Now, if you have any questions in regards to this video or anything, let me know. Get something to drink. Wet my palate. No spiciness included. And so for those of y'all that decide y'all want to become wisdom servants, That's not the correct name of it, but you'll learn all of that when you decide. There's an option to, learn the ninja history and know the angles of a ninja. Meaning when you see me doing those moves, it's all triangles. See, a triangle. Close it, raise it. All triangle. Geometry. Moving angles. It's a deep thing. You have to learn physically to see. Like, oh, I get what he mean. Angles. It's hard to follow angles. Fighting is straightforward. Put angles into it. Now you're dealing with shortcuts and longer ways. Meaning a shortcut for you could be a longer way for the next in terms of striking or blocking. So, try to grasp. Thank you for whoever gave back. Salam, shalom. I appreciate that. Anyone else want to give back, you can do so by clicking the description arrow. On, what is this called? Super chat? Or you can visit cash.me/$ the real Solace. Or paypal.me/Solace Now, if you have any questions, ask. I'm gonna give y'all this one. One last jewel. In regards to the ninja. Like I said, when you're dealing with the ninja, so of course fighting is included. But the main thing is the alchemy, the wisdom of the ninja. Meaning, this is what separates a ninja from your regular martial artist. Regular martial artist is not a scientist or an alchemist. Someone who knows chemistry, who knows if I mix this with that, I can make that. If I let it dry out, it'll turn to dust. If I blow it in their face, fuck them up. You get my point? A ninja's a magician. Like, now you see me, now you don't. And so that's what made a ninja special. If you could just think of a magician, Houdini, as someone who knew martial arts, or the two being merged, meaning magic and fighting. And so this person not only can fight, but they can do magic, like a rabbit out the hat. Voila, I'm gone. Puffing smoke, bye, like that. And so it's like a lot of different elements or aspects to the ninja. Like I said, ninja's an alchemist. So he would have spent the time learning the different aspects of nature. Of course, like I said, the ninja, you can look this up. The ninja would have been in the mountainside or the forest, This is where the Iga and Koga provinces would have been pushed to the sides, like where you see me at, in the riverside, off to the side. And so they're learning from the natures around them. Your normal person in the city, they're learning from textbook and so on and so forth. They're not learning from the natures or the plants and like that. They're learning a different way. And so they're learning the alchemy, the chemistry, the mixing and merging of substances, these things. Throne said Ryu versus Balrog. Peace and wisdom. This is not the childish channel, brother. I have no clue what you're speaking about. Peace and wisdom, O'Shea P. And so, like I said, when you're dealing with wisdom servants, if any of you guys want to join or not join, be a follower, however you want to word it. You can either be a servant scholar, or a wisdom warrior. That's basically your Wraith Ninja teachings, the history of it. I teach y'all the moves and things I know, the alchemies and chemistries, those things. Crystal Jefferson said women as well, or was this a man thing? Yeah, you're not Your mind don't seem to work, love. I told you when ninja was a word that was in reference to black Africans and black Americans. I'm not sure what you're struggling with. But if you somebody that have like a separated mind problem, where you secretly in the mind like men and women, you don't need to come here. Because if I say man, I'm speaking mankind. So you're like, oh, Solace only speak about men. Just don't come here. You have mind problems. You get my point? When I'm talking, it don't got nothing to do with a race. If it do, I'll be clear. It don't got nothing to do with a sex or a race. I'm talking to all of y'all. You get my point? And so, problems. Meaning women in today times have problems with men and vice versa. Y'all bring y'all problems here. I don't got nothing to do with y'all emotional problems. I don't have no problems with women. I don't have no problems with men. Y'all all people. Y'all ignorant. That's it. All that other shit y'all got going, I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't know how else to be clear on that. I don't want to play mind games with you. None of that. If I don't say what you like, then you like Silas don't like women. I don't got time for none of that. I'm not gonna argue with you on it. If if you convince yourself Silas don't like women, then I guess women just ain't gonna be able to get none of caramel candy apple dick Silas. That's they lost, not mine. They should have been listening to you. Other than that, what you want me to say, blood? Like, you saying dumb shit, trying to manipulate me to get fat and shit. Y'all don't even know how I look in real life. If I got the camera all high up pointed down, it make me look slim. If I got the shit lower than I look, what you want me to do? Cause y'all stupid. I don't got time for this weird shit. Some of y'all like, I don't like Silas's dark skin. Silas dark skin and skinny. I'm not dark skin. Some of y'all like Silas light skin and diesel. I ain't light skin and diesel. Not nothing y'all say. So come here, learn, please. If you want to meet me, you can. It's really not a big deal. Like, I don't juggle or nothing, but you can pull up. It's all great. Joshua Northern said, "It's ninja to know what you know, and all that you know. Don't let it be known what you know until it's needed." I don't understand what you're saying. It's ninja to know what you know. Ninja is what I explained in this video. Somehow y'all are lost. Y'all are not grasping what I said. Meaning, this video is explaining to you how the word ninja comes from Negra. Ninja has to do with black people. Whether you're speaking from Africa or America, but you're indigenous black people from these continents during the tan band slave or the tan band trades, slaves being included. That's the point of this ninja video. Everything in it was giving you reference of the history that y'all have of ninjas, so y'all can see it. Y'all can use y'all history. It's still, you get my point? It's still gonna flow with what I'm saying. That was the point. Now, in regards to, you said it's a ninja to know what you know. I don't understand what you mean. Ninjas have their wisdom in regards to fighting and just wisdom. You know, alchemy, chemistry, whatever. That's it. If you're a black person and you have a fighting style, let's say you could box, you know, a little alchemy. In the past, you would have been viewed as a ninja. You would have to keep that a little secret. They would have slaughtered your ass. You get my point? Same way like Salem witch trials. In America, if you knew alchemy or witchcraft, meaning if you were smarter and you knew which roots was what and how to mix and merge, and burn you at the stake. So, like that. In today times, y'all everything. Like, y'all fake karate men, y'all don't have to be the ninjas. Y'all Meaning if you black American or black African, the ninja thing is our thing. It's not the Japanese thing. We don't have to steal other people's shit. I keep telling y'all that. Y'all too desperate to steal other people's culture, and our shit is the most cold blooded. We the one responsible for making rap music and all the dope shit. Y'all keep reaching for stupid shit. Y'all not taking the time out to learn the real shit. Like Ninja. Y'all reaching to be everything. Mind you, y'all got the cold blooded this shit that's ours. That's the ninja. That shit start with black people. Any Japanese person want to debate me on this topic, they gonna lose. Why? Because I'm not lying. That's what y'all be forgetting. Y'all think like, damn, Solid's cold blooded with the debates. He gonna lose one day. I'm gonna lose when I lie. Y'all always lose because y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all be lying. Meaning whatever y'all don't know, then y'all just add on like whatever. You get my point? I don't do that. If I'm speaking on Ninja, I know it all the way through. Meaning I know y'all standpoint. I know y'all history of a ninja. It ain't no different than mine. The only difference is y'all don't explain that it starts with Ronins. But y'all wouldn't know because y'all ain't the real ninjas. But y'all do know of Ronins. Meaning a Japanese person know of a Ronin. If you ask them, where did the Ronins go? They don't know because the Ronin is disgraced and exiled. So all they could do was say probably to the forest. He right. They probably went to the forest and the mountain. Okay, so who you think they ran into? That part. A Japanese person can't tell you no, there wasn't no slaves or black African Americans over there. You crazy? Yes, it was. Who else was over there? That's how that shit happened. So, it may look like you got precursors to ninjutsu, but you don't. If you apply that to ninja, it's just a black person that's using Japanese culture. So that's why everything they doing look like, well, it fall in line with Japanese culture. So this is the precursor to ninjutsu. No, it ain't nothing the precursor to ninjutsu because ninjutsu is unconventional, meaning a Japanese person ain't even supposed to be including it in their stuff. But they do because they don't know no better. That's why I said if you Japanese and you watching this and you like, oh, he a fool. You a fool and I'll whoop your ass. And I stand on that. I'll do you dirty and I'll bust your ass on wisdom in regards to this topic. Because ninja don't start with y'all. It's a creation of the Ronin. But a Japanese person ain't supposed to know nothing about no Ronin after they get exiled. Otherwise, what we talking about? You fuck with traders? Like, what we talking about? That part. They don't know what they talking about. Everybody get to steal our culture and, exploit the shit. Because we don't know nothing. So this is how life works. We don't know we the original ninjas. So like everybody else could be. They could wear black clothes and cover their face with a black mask and say I'm a ninja and we don't have no mind to say, hold on. If your fucking face was black already and your skin was, you wouldn't even you wouldn't even have to wear that shit. Half these slaves running around butt ass naked, they black as fuck, man. This is the 1500. I don't think y'all fully put it into perspective. This is the 1500s. Some of these niggas butt ass naked. A ninja pull up on you with a whole thong. A ninja will pull up on you, blood, with a whole thong on. That's all he got. Him beating your ass naked. And you freaking out like, oh my god, a black African slave just dived on me butt naked. That shit will blow you. Like, this is early ninja training. Meaning in the beginnings, a ninja couldn't fight. It's all tricks and illusions. You see a black nigga running, charging you, he butt naked, his dick swinging, you retreating. Because you like, oh, oh Lord, this might get spicy. You might hold me down and take advantage of me. So I gotta get out of here. It's gonna throw you off of you. If me and you, if another fighter come in the boxing ring, and he run into the ring and he naked, everybody gonna move like, whoa, what the fuck? It's gonna spook you out in real life. Like, what the hell? Nigga came in here butt naked. When Daylight was in battle rap and started stripping butt naked, everybody started losing their mind. When he doodled on the stage, everybody backing away like this nigga crazy. Who do anything naked like that? Now apply that to back in the day. You a warrior, soldier, 5'6", butt naked niggas charging you. You like, yo, what is what is this? They dive on you naked and wrap their legs around you. You like, oh, this way too spicy. You forget about fighting now. You like, I gotta get out of here. They trying to straight gang rape me. So this was the early ninja practice. Like, just your being butt naked and black is gonna freak, you feel me? A white person out. For them, that's like an animal dive. Like for a black person, just imagine a squirrel or an animal diving on you. It will freak you out. Like, no. It's like that for them. This is the beginning. So they ain't viewing black people like how they do now. At them times, they viewing us like, if one of them is touch you, you'll die. Like, you got lies and shit floating around. You get my point? Like a nigga's a monkey. If they skull is different. If they breathe on you, you'll instantly catch AIDS and die. Like, you got all kind of stupid lies floating around. So to have a butt naked black person just dive on you is nothing more scarier than that. Especially a black one that's a slave. Coming straight out the mountainsides, he ain't groomed or nothing. Look like Bigfoot. Over time, they learn. They learn what they need to learn. I know this is funny, but this is all true. Don't get too lost in the laughs. I'm trying to tell y'all some deep history. Meaning, like I said, black people got a lot of history that's tied in with other histories. You get my point? And we kind of lose our merit in it. And so, it's a deep thing. Brakyap said, do you have any knowledge on what happened to the indigenous population of Japan? I asked because that history seems buried. Yeah, this is your Herrenvolk history. It's like I told you guys. The ancestors of the Japanese is your ancient Egyptians, the pharaohs, the Chinese eyes. That's why the Egyptian pharaohs always got, eyeliner. Are they depicted like they have eyeliner, making their eyes Chinese looking? Or if you look at statues of Akhenaten or whoever, they look Chinese. If you looking from an honest place, if you looking from a place where you like, well, I already heard black people was the ancient Egyptian pharaoh. You get it? If you looking from that place and you can't grasp that Egypt come before Africa, that name Africa was placed on a continent by colonizers. And the time I'm talking about or what we talking about ain't got nothing to do with Africa yet. There wasn't no Africans during ancient Egyptian pharaonic times. There was no place called Africa. So there was no Africans. And so whatever you thinking an ancient Egyptian was, you could remove it out your mind because your perspective is based on modern time Africa. Meaning y'all view Africa as a black continent. And so this is why y'all view ancient Egypt as a place that black people were in. But why not Arabs? It's closer there. Why not white people? Why not Japanese? Like that. Now, the ancient Egyptian pharaonic dynasties, they just migrated to what we call Japan now. This is why you still have Japanese dynasties. Meaning the orders just went to Japan. You have ancient Egyptian pharaoh dynasties. Your dynastic period. No other culture has dynasties except for Japan. You get it? The Asian people have dynasties. They have everything that the ancient Egyptians have in current times. Y'all ignore it like y'all don't know nothing. And so in that, y'all miss out on so much deep knowledge and so much shit. Y'all are following these panhead monkeys. And the panhead monkeys is welcome here too. Like I said, we could all work together. I just like teasing people because y'all like grown kids. So y'all can actually be teased. Just, I'm just here to toughen people up. Y'all a little weak. But like I said, all the shit y'all know wrong, y'all missing out on deep history. If you go look at ancient Egyptian pharaohs now, you're gonna see like, yeah, he might be right. Their eyes are a little slanted. They do look a little stranger than we know. That's why when you look at ancient Egyptian artwork, you may see them doing karate or what looks like karate or 52 or this or that fighting thing. It's like I said, everything y'all gonna find in ancient Egypt is in the Japanese culture now. From dynasties, period. Everything up. Probably even had ancient Egyptian samurais. That culture is basically just there now. Now you had black or dark skinned indigenous people on every continent. Before colonizers come to the continent, all you have there is your native indigenous people. We're not talking about tribes. We're not talking about nationalities. We're just talking about indigenous people. We just talking about, I'm laughing at Crystal. She said this man just said pin monkeys. I call them pig in the blanket belly ass niggas. I call them a lot of shit. But like I said, we supposed to be unifying. So I'm just like big bro that's gonna tease you or little bro that's gonna get on your nerves. It all depends on your age. If you weak, that's your problem. Like, I'm gonna say what I want. Pinhead monkeys don't get it, man. They worship pagan pagan colors, green, black, and red. This is Christmas. Like green and red is Christmas time colors. This is the worship of winter. Night. It's a deep thing. Pan is a, ancient perverse god. God of polygamy. The god of sexual lust. So this is why like the pinhead monkeys is all lost in polygamy and shit like that. They follow pagan shit, but they just don't know because they all followers. Like how y'all are. Y'all all just follow stuff. Y'all don't take the time out to realize what y'all follow. Then y'all be mad at people like me when I be like, nah, you just a pinhead, pig in the blanket belly ass nigga. You don't know nothing. Like he got ego. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not me. Mm-mm. I don't have it. I gave it away. They robbed me. You start talking about ego like it's a jewel. Oh, they robbed me of my ego. I lost it. The big old sin. That's why I can't say it right. Let me stop bothering y'all, y'all goofy. Now, you have indigenous people on every continent you could think of before colonizers come there. These people are black, are dark skinned. Not always, but they're always, darker than what we would call white. But usually they're dark skinned, yellow, red, black, or brown skinned. And so when colonizers come and mix and merge in with them, then you start to get different appearances and variations in the people from the offspring. Meaning the offspring start to look mixed. And so you get different variations, different featured, and of course they start to get labeled in tribes and villages. And then that evolves into cities and nationalities, but it's just the beginnings of colonization. Before that, you just have butt naked, uncivilized, uncontacted indigenous people. And yes, they are black, and they are everywhere. And y'all just overlook them, and y'all go into names and titles, meaning y'all go into whatever's documented. The beginnings of the evils. So, try and grasp. But to answer your question, there was indigenous people in Japan. When the Japanese colonized Japan, are the ancestors of the Japanese that colonized Japan. This is your conehead, albino, Chinese eye people. There would have been indigenous people there. Brown in skin color, More primate-like in their nature, but that's everywhere. Y'all get lost into the words and titles. It makes it hard for y'all to grasp simple things. You don't have to name all the kids to have an understanding. You get my point? You don't have to name things to have an understanding of it. You have indigenous people. They're like primate like. They roam around in the forest. Well, that was all you would have before colonizers come and build cities and villages before that. You get my point? But they live like primates. Swing around in the trees and shit like that, eat berries and nuts. They do not have the civilization that we have. Colonizers come, intermingle with them. This is where you get your many different featured nationalities from. You get my point? At the same time, cities is being developed up. So this is where the name, meaning the name of the place, becomes the nationality of the people. They're classifying the people according to the features of how they look. Meaning if white colonizers are coming to Americas and the indigenous people in America have a certain look, when they mix and merge, all the descendants are going to fall into certain variations, meaning they're going to look a certain way. This is going to be different from the indigenous people in Japan that was running around butt naked when colonizers came here. They're gonna have different features. You get it? But it's still the same. Meaning wherever you go, the people gonna fall under white, in between looking like how I am, where you can't tell if I'm Dominican, Puerto Rican, or whatever, and then black. So we get labeled as whatever the place is labeled. So if you fucking live in Puerto Rico, when Puerto Rico got colonized and named, the people couldn't take the name. And they're gonna all have that same feature, meaning look like dark skinned indigenous people with Spanish hair. You get my point? And then you're gonna have the original Spanish there. This is your Puerto Ricans. Meaning Puerto Rican is just your Spaniards that was born there. You get my point? Basically, you colonize a place, your descendants own the place type shit. Like that. Puerto Rico, Puerto Ricans. This is the people of Spain. Born in Middle America before it was named. And so they take the name of Puerto Rican or Puerto Rico because they ain't technically was born in Spain. They was born in this new place, their own place. Like that. Same with DR, Cuba, wherever. That's why all these people black. When you go to these places and you go like down to the ghettos or the outskirts, then all the people look dark skinned. Mexico, wherever you go. When you go to the outskirts, people start looking darker than me. Like that. So every continent got indigenous people. Colonizers come there. Of course, these colonizers are different features. You have your white chinky eyes. We call them Asians. You have your white Dutchmen. They look different than the Spanish. They all have their features, but they're all white. They all look the same in that way, like they're white. But when they mix it, meaning when the Spanish person, which is white, mix and merge with a black person, you don't get the same looking thing as you would if a Dutchman have sex with a black woman. You get my point? White, a half white kid, half black kid don't look the same as a half Puerto Rican kid, half black kid. Like that. The half Puerto Rican, half black kid gonna either be dark skinned with curly hair, might be dark skinned with coarse hair. You get my point? Might be white skin with coarse hair, might be white skin with curly hair. You get my point? A Dutchman breeding with a black person, it might come out like how y'all view Native Americans, with a dark skin with stringy hair. Like that. It's gonna come out how it come out. Like the variations, the mix and the merge, it's gonna look how it look. Like that. And so y'all jump right into the tribes, meaning the white people mix and merge with the uncivilized indigenous, then you get your first generation mixed breeds. These is going to be your tribe chief and elders and all of that. Your tribe people. And they're going to be viewed as the natives of the land. But it's not them that's the natives, it's the uncivilized, you get it? Uncontacted indigenous people. It's their land. Their offspring is being exploited to the colonizer side of things. You get my point? Like that. So, y'all have a strange perspective of history, or an inaccurate one, but it goes deep. Peace and wisdom, prac, yeah. Young God said, was the Japanese dynasties thriving while the Egyptians thriving? Yeah, I'm not sure what you're listening to. I just told you that the ancient Egyptians and the Japanese people are one and the same. I'm not sure what's wrong with the people in today's times. Y'all are young. Some of y'all on drugs, whatever the case may be. But kind of use your ears, champ, and grasp what I said so you won't keep doing that. Just like the second time. And so, Japanese dynasties and ancient Egypt became Japan. Modern day Japan, there's no dynasties there. You get it? Who's the emperor or the dynastic ruler of Egypt now? Nobody. Egypt lives by the customs that we live by in all the surrounding neighbors. You get my point? They don't have a dynastic status ship like ancient Egyptians had. They no longer have those orders. But the Japanese do. Now. Not before. Now. They still have it now. Again, the man said ancient Egyptian pharaohs and the dynasties there is what we call modern Japan now. Somehow y'all don't get that. Y'all say no, but black people, when you have black indigenous people on every continent, colonizers come, slave them out, make them build shit. All of y'all know the story. It happened in America. But who cares? That don't have nothing to do with what I said. Meaning the pharaohs, the rulers, Japanese, white, your heron folk, conehead albinos. Meaning white people have a whole history y'all don't know nothing about. Y'all are still running around with fake wisdom talking about where did white people come from. White people come before black people. That's why y'all don't know where they come from. Same way you ask a kid, where your mom and daddy come from? They only know if they mom and daddy told them. Otherwise, that they don't know. Why would they? That's why y'all don't know shit. Y'all a new race. Black African Americans come from Native Americans that was here. Your Native indigenous people mixing and merging in with whatever colonizers or tribemen that they did. This all transpired after 1492, meaning black people of today is a new race of people that come from what I just said, the mixing and merging of Europeans and whatever native tribes was here that they mixed with. And so we don't need to be pulling for all like back in the ancient times. It don't. These people don't got nothing to do with y'all. That's the best thing I could say. You have like that thing in the day where black people did everything. Black people did what they did. Learn that. Young God said, was the Japanese dynasty thriving while... Oh, I already read that. Where did colonization begin? Christian Jefferson said. In the Middle East. Egypt, Jerusalem, Syria, all that little area. Iraq, that's what y'all call it in today's times. The Sumerians called it Uruk, U-R-U-K, but it's the same pronunciation. Uruk, Iraq, same thing. That area, Mesopotamian area, the first places to get colonized. During these times, your indigenous people would have been primate-like, meaning they would have had eyebrow ridges. It would have looked strange to y'all. They might have had long canines. They would have looked primate-like. Short, pygmy, stocky, big-bellied, primate-looking. Butt naked and all of that. And then, mixing and merging in with them during them times, they would have developed all the customs of that times. Basically, bringing indigenous primate like man into bow and arrow era. So then you'll run into like indigenous tribes that have bow and arrows, and we got guns and shit now. They still stuck on from when they contacted man. They ain't contact man ever since then, so they ain't learned nothing new since then. You get it? You got some indigenous men. They look more like modern man. They got bow and arrows, but they butt naked and they clearly uncivilized. Then you have some indigenous men. They still got eyebrow ridge and kind of got a goofy animal-like grin, and they strange looking. You get it? Forehead kind of cut off early. They strange, animal-like. And they don't know nothing about bow and arrows. They still use rocks, meaning they tribe or they peoples ain't had contact with civilized men since civilized man was using rocks as tools. Civilization advances over time, but when the pinnacles of civilizations was bow and arrows, whatever uncontacted tribe came into contact with man during that time, so they still act bow and arrows now. They ain't learned nothing new. They ain't been contacted ever again. So you got different you got tribes at different stages of development now. It all depends on when their people had contact way in the past and whatever level of technology that the people was at that time. You get my point? So shit go deep. Right? But y'all confuse it with the names and all of that. It started in the Middle East, moved on to India. Starts in the north, comes down. I don't want you to get like the child's mind where you like one flower popped up, then that's not how life works. A few flowers pop up and spring up everywhere. Like, you get it? Come from the far north, they spread the fuck out. India is one of the first places to be colonized as well by your damn, I forget the name. Aryavarta. When you're dealing with the Indian Vedic text, you have what's known as Aryavarta. This is an ancient city that the Aryas lived in. This is your high and noble ancient city. The rest of India was uncivilized. Arya is like Aryan, Aryan. That's Aryan in today times. It's pronounced Aryan truly. Same thing. Your Aryans are your Aryans, as y'all pronounce it in today. Meaning Ary, y'all pronounce the Y like Aryan. But it's Aryan. 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 Not Aryan nation. Aryan. Just go back to ancient times when they colonized India. Called it Aryavarta. And they was the Aryas. You get it? Let's go all the way back to the northern tip of Germany. And it's the Herrenvolk history. The master race, so to say. The colonizers. This is what they call their own self. I ain't saying they that. That's their history. That's how they call it. And their history of colonizing shit. And making slaves out of men. Basically, y'all. So the Indian people, dark, uncivilized, indigenous people, no different. Probably look like the Aborigines in Australia, over in India. Then your white-skinned colonizers came. Of course, these would have been your chinky-eyes, the chinky-eyed ones, the Japanese. They are part of the Herrenvolk, meaning they have higher status in the Herrenvolk than your white races. If you ever wonder, like, why China and Japan got so much power, like I said, they come before your white races. They got a certain authority in the Herrenvolk. So they would have been the ones that colonized India, meaning it wasn't your European white people that colonized India far back, but Like I said, in the far ancient times, you had your cone-headed albinos. They was chinky-eyed, strange-looking motherfuckers. They would have been doing the colonizing back then. They, these is your sapiens or your Anunnaki, whatever y'all like to call them. Light bulb head motherfuckers. Globe head. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Staff headed mother. Viking helmet headed mother. So they are ones running around colonizing. So Indians, y'all gonna have like that Eskimo shit in y'all, like Asian shit in y'all, like from way back colonizing, the ancestors of the Japanese people now. Would have been guitar, cone-headed albinos, Chinese eyes. Some of them would have been white too, like regular, regular eyed. Shit go deep. It's all real. Like you can look this up. This your Aryan nation, your Hitler wisdom. This how Hitler got like how he got, cause he found the sacred knowledge. So he grasped the orders of things. That's why he don't. That's why he was slaughtering all the Jews. Well, they slaughtered them motherfuckers. You get my point? Meaning Hitler and them people, they posing as the Jews now. Little curly head sideburn motherfuckers is Germans. You get my point? Slaughtered out the Jews. The real ones. Then, now they the Jews. Just like Japanese motherfuckers is ninjas. You get my point? Y'all got this shit all wrong. I'm just trying to tell y'all shit is real. Y'all got everything wrong. Like, a curly sideburn Jewish man is just a white German motherfucker that call himself a Jew. They run the whole world. You get my point? Everything. They the devil. I shouldn't even have said that. I don't want to say that because they already getting attacked. But they the goat people. So that's why they wear the goat. The curly sideburns is the goat. They got the goat chin. The goat people. And they run everything. All the real estate. They run all that shit. The music business, Hollywood. Everything y'all could think about. If Nick Cannon happened to interview Professor Griffso, this is when you go-headed motherfuckers gonna pop up. Like, yo, nigga. Yeah, in your whole fucking career. So Nick Cannon gonna oblige to the devil because he ain't got no choice. He signed his soul to the devil. So then he just gonna have to give his show up or something like that. When them Jewish motherfuckers speak, blood. The goat-headed ones, man, it's over, blood. They run everything in life. That's the great secret. They run all the real estate. They run Hollywood. They run everything. They got their little pawns under them, which is y'all. If you in these industries, you know what I'm talking about. All the people in the music industry know curly sideburn Jew. They know that. They probably like this right now, like, oh shit, Solid, shut the fuck up. All these little podcast shows y'all love, yeah. They all ask them, why y'all so scared? Ask them when they go live and shit. Be like, yo, is at the top of the company your podcast under is their Jewish curly peyo-headed motherfuckers that wear the curly sideburns. They ain't gonna want to talk about it. You know what I mean? They're like, they met them already. They already threatened them, blood. Like, this shit go deep. But they run everything. Hollywood, where you live at, everything. So they made the system. This shit is the Kabbalah magic. Meaning the system y'all live under is called the Kabbalah magic, and they have it. Well, I got it, but y'all don't listen to me. But they just put the Kabbalah magic on everybody in life, the Jewish people. That's why they the only culture that got it. I swear to my kids' life, I'm not making this up. You got the ancient Jewish Kabbalah magic nonsense of Ein Sof and the manifestations of life. secret vowels or sounds and all the orders y'all live. You know, the whole E-I-E-I-O giddy up. You know, voila. Voila becomes a la. L. All of that shit. Poof, pow, magic. Sorcery shit. Y'all live that. They put the sorcery on y'all. You know? It's simple, but it works like a motherfucker. And so they got y'all under the frequency. I don't know if I even make sense to y'all, but it's the truth. You got the ancient Kabbalah. This is where Christianity and all the shit y'all have come from. The Kabbalah. The ancient Kabbalah is where you get in the beginning the Spirit of God was hovering in the waters. Judaism predate Christianity. Christianity is Judaism with extra shit on the end. Judaism come from the Kabbalah, meaning the Kabbalah ain't a religion, it's a magic knowledge of how to mix sheep out of men. Shepherd king wisdom, meaning in the past you had shepherd kings. This is not to say that this person is a shepherd and they're a king, but this is to say that this person is a shepherd over men. You know, during this time, it's big on agriculture, things like that. Niggas ain't going to stores, you have to know your agriculture. To be a shepherd is a deep thing, meaning you have tamed wild goats. You're a strong motherfucker. You feel me? You want some Nimrod shit before Nimrod. And so for a man to do that with men, domesticate men, team them. This is my land, this is my area, y'all gonna follow these fucking rules. I got my little army set up, I got my rule system set up, blah, 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 blah. And the whole area just follow it like dummies. You get it? Like that. Shepherd king. It makes sheep out of men. So you had hella shepherd kings in the past. This shit ancient Sumerian wisdom. So this is that Kabbalah magic science. That understanding. Y'all live that. Meaning the system and orders that y'all live, it come from Jewish people. Ancient Jewish people. It's how they rule the areas that they were in. It's a deep thing. Meaning y'all can create y'all own country and city. As I explained in previous videos, I never went in detail. Like I said, I hold the Kabbalah knowledge. But if y'all did, y'all could start a whole city, creating a system, placing a system on it, and you get it? Y'all just don't know the knowledge. You know what? So we go deep, try and grasp. If y'all knew the wisdom, then so grasp, y'all could. If y'all understood resource to product, you get my point? This resource is that. That resource is that. And the store is that. My land got this amount of wealth because of that. It ain't got oil on it. That's worth this in Babylonian system. I can get that for it. I can get a money exchange, meaning you need a monopoly. Otherwise, all the people that live on your land, they use up all the resources. Then you can't sell it to foreigners. You the city owner. Your concern is the wealth of the land and exporting that shit. Having a money system. King shit. So it was before y'all time. Meaning if you black, still lost on hocus pocus magic, stupid food talk. I'm trying to tell y'all to give back so I can get some land that therefore I can teach y'all these things. I can't teach this on here. But y'all lost on retard kid shit. And that our next generations, they gonna be the ones colonizing lands. As opposed to, you know, falling under a system they can get a shot at creating one. You get it? A black owned country colonized by black people. And y'all get to lay the order and system that y'all want. Hopefully y'all grasp I teach balance and honor. If you get the wisdom here, you'll know how to run a whole city or country in honor instead of the common way where it's ran, where the land get exploited and so do the people. but it's not supposed to be ran like that. And so it's a deep thing. But like I said, I'm about to start that course. I'm finishing up the book now, the textbook for the land knowledge, resource to wealth. I mean, resource to product wealth course, and some other things. And so y'all can grasp. Pratt, yeah, I've said calling the whole industry out. Gotta watch out. Ain't got nothing to do with the industry. The industry don't got nothing to do with me. I'm not like one of their own. I can say what I want. Ain't nobody got no contract on me. I'm just cool as a star. Flyer than a star. So y'all like, nah, Salas is famous. No, I'm not. Your motherfucking neighbor, man. You better snap the fuck out of it. I'm just that cool, nigga. Like that you think I'm some star. Ain't no star, ain't no corporation behind me getting me nothing. I'm self-owned. And so y'all can learn here. I'll be lost on all that fake shit. Most y'all ain't gonna make it. Most people, like the millions that die every year, they ain't gonna make it to be a famous star and have all this fake wealth that y'all hear about. So my land knowledge course, helping y'all understand resource to product is gonna be y'all only shot. When you're dealing with the Babylons, everybody jump into one lane. There's so much open revenue that y'all just let go down the drain, especially blacks. We ain't in the fabric business, meaning y'all don't have no knowledge of plant fibers no more. We used to be the ones spinning plant. We used to be the motherfuckers picking cotton and spinning plant fibers into goddamn thread. We was the one weaving that thread in the fabric, so master could get paid. Y'all don't even got that wisdom no more. That shit sound foreign when I'm saying it. Like, hold on, rewind what he just said. Plant fibers. We break a plant, got that weird shit inside. That stuff that make it hard for you to break it. That strong shit. If you ever tried to break a stick or break a fresh plant before it becomes a stick and it's like hard to pull apart. That's why your clothes like that, where you can't just rip it. Those little fibers inside you, dry them out, spin them into thread, like needle and thread. Those fibers in every plant can be spun into thread. That thread can be weaved into a sheet of fabric. There's many different plants, there's many different alchemies or mixtures of plant fibers that are not used. Meaning there's an abundance of fabrics that haven't even been created yet. Because like I said, when you're dealing with Babylon, everybody just dive into the same thing. And so with this course, hopefully y'all grasp a lot out of it, apply some of it. Some of y'all can be the new fabric makers in life. Some of y'all can come together, colonize some new areas that ain't never been colonized. I mean, there's going to be a lot of wisdom in there. Different, courses. One for product, one for resource to product. Meaning the things y'all see in the store, you can learn what resources is that and how to make it that. Different fabrics, you got seals. Oh, you got seal fur, that shit fly, but to give me a seal fur jacket. Y'all know me, baby. Throw paint on my shit, I'm smoking you. And have a human skin jacket. They have human levers, they just don't say nothing. Meaning when you're dealing with leather, suede, furs, this is coming from animal skins. Say which ones? All of them. Whichever ones y'all like a lot, then they just don't mention them on the list. If this shit look like it's going extinct, then they just don't. They just say it's something else. Like that. And so, get a perspective of nature, get an understanding of resources and the realities that you live in, and you get it? And fashion your life according to how you need to. Keeping all, you know, the balance and orders that I put in the book there. So kind of grasp. If y'all have any questions, ask. I'm gonna slide out. Crystal Jefferson says, so the knowledge of how to control the masses was always being used, or was there a point of just indigenous? Yeah, the point of indigenous is before the colonizers come. But you like always gonna have like city somewhere. So in early times, one city become two, three, four, till you get to a point where we got more cities than forest areas. Oh, it's getting close to being like that. So the Amazon rainforest was just indigenous until we got over there recently. This is where all them undocumented immigrants coming from. So it's always like that. It's just a germ cell thing. Germ cell, germ man, like German, germ cell. Micro to macro. Germ cells are the cells in your body that migrate around and they turn the rest of the cells into a germ cell line. You get it? On this level of life, a germ man, meaning a German, a white person, so they just a person that travel the sea and they just be colonizing shit. You get it? Meaning mixing and merging in. Basically the same thing that the germ cell is doing. Migrating around the egg cell or the forming body, mixing and merging in with other cells, turning them into a germ cell line. Germ cells become sperm cells in the balls. So it's a deep thing. Try and grasp. Laughing at cause and effect. Peace and wisdom. Colonization and the history, you know, the nationalities and things y'all get lost into. It's just really a simple topic, a simple discussion. Ain't really that deep. Primate like indigenous people and cone-headed albinos of old, mixing and merging, slowly became all the strange variations of people y'all see. That's going all the way back to hominid times when, you know, Neanderthal, y'all label them whatever y'all want. They just panhead, pan-African. Just your old panhead African monkeys of old blood. I'm telling you that. Stop offering a pan-African. Some of y'all really think like I don't like pan-African people. I like bother anybody. I just me like it's just funny to me. Like, y'all like kids. Y'all get offended so fast. Like I'll be like, who said something? Y'all like kids. That should be funny to me. I don't be nowhere to show up for the fight. Y'all never want to fight. This shit deep. Now, I'ma sign off if y'all don't have any questions. Give me a thumb me. Y'all know my lingo. Thumb me up. No homo. Subscribe to the channel. Visit the website wiseservant.org or upscaleknowledge.org or just Google it. If you want any business advice, you can ask me in regards to like registering your business and what might be the best option for you. You can email me about that, getting the EIN number, things like that. That EIN number is going to be like your social security number for your business. Build you a little line of credit. Of course, you're going to have to get a bank account for that business. You can email me. A lot of people say they have their own business, so the first thing you ask them, you got a bank account for that business. If they don't, then they just got a business registered, but it ain't active or nothing. You get my point? It's just like having some shit trademarked that you ain't using. But if the business got a bank account attached to it, you get my point? Then you're dealing with an active business. So like my business, like I said in the previous video, I gotta have over $5,000 in my bank account, or they gonna charge me every month in my business account, meaning my business name, Upscale Knowledge. If that business bank account does not have over $5,000 in it every month, then the bank account is not free. You get my point? Meaning the business account is a little different, so you want to make sure it's not like nothing to play with. Meaning you don't want to register a business, get a business bank account, and then your business don't make no revenue because you're going to be paying for that account. And I guess different banks is different, but you don't want to be paying for a bank account and your business ain't making no revenue. That's kind of like backwards. So you want to make sure you got your shit together. That's why I said you can just email me and you can get business advice, land advice, these types of things. That's basically what I teach. Land resource knowledge, scholarship, science, these things. Now I'm out of here. KO West said peace and knowledge, just jumped online. Okay, salam, shalom, brother. Peace and wisdom, wise solace, I'm signing off.